All right, we're going to look at some examples of stuff from 5.5. Okay. We'll start with an easy one. Okay, we are starting with long division.
I didn't even like that when I did it in elementary school. I just do not like division.
Okay. I will tell you this first problem. Ultimately, we would do this first problem by synthetic division because it's just easier. However, I want us to start out with an easy long division problem, so that's why we're going to do it. Mhm. Several people missed that one because they didn't put the problem in standard form and then didn't put in the 0 that was missing. So, alright, number 6 is 8x squared plus 34x minus 1 divided by, oh wait, this is not the one I was going to start with, but it's fine. 4x minus 1. Okay, this one you could not do by synthetic, but it's still an easy one, so we'll just do it anyways. Okay, so, you remember long division? You got the whole box thing going on. So we have the 4x minus 1, and make sure you have room above because you'd be able to write above it. I need this marker's just seen better days. Seen better days. Alright, so if I was missing any terms here, okay, I would have to write in a 0. Okay, in this case I'm not, so I can just write them in. You write them in with their variables. Okay, and their signs that go with them. Okay, so just as a refresher, okay, if you had a problem when you were little that was like 41 divided by, 41 going into 8,341. How many times is 41 going to be? Okay, so the 2 would go up here. Okay, so 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, subtract, bring down the 1, bring down the 4. That's 41 going to 14. 0, so that's 0. Subtract. And then how many times does 41 go into here? I think it's going to be 3. Yeah. So 3 and then 12. So then subtracting 18 left over. So I think the way you probably read it was 203 remainder 18. Okay? Okay, that's basic long division. Okay, some of you might have written 18 over 41, something like that. Okay, any of that is fine. Or you might have changed it to a decimal. I really don't care. Okay, but with these, we're not going to change things to a decimal. You're just going to write the remainder, but we're going to write it as a fraction. So this one, in this case, will be written as 18 over 41 for the remainder. Okay, but that's just a review of general long division. The same policy applies here. Okay, even though they have x's. I need to get rid of my 8x squared, so I need to figure out what do I need to multiply this by to get 8x squared. Okay, I need to multiply by 2x. So, because it's just an x term, it's not squared, I'm writing it over top of this term. Okay? Yes. So, I need to multiply 4x by 2x to make this go away. Okay? But because I'm multiplying by an x term, I need to write it above the x term. Okay, it's not technically wrong if you don't, but it makes it so you don't, like, mess stuff up. Yeah, so it just keeps you with where you are. Okay? So 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. 2x times 4x is 8x squared. So now I just subtract this stuff. So these terms are going away. So 34x minus 2x is 32x. Now I'm bringing down this 1, so minus 1. So then the thing is there anything I can multiply by to give me 3x? Yes, thank you. I was like, something's not right here. Hold on, let me just rewrite this. 32x minus 1. Okay. Yeah, so it's just going to be 8. So then 8 times negative 1, negative 8. 8 times 4x is 32x. Subtract. 32x's go away. Negative 1 minus a negative 8, so that's 1 plus 8 is going to be 7. So the way I write my answer is negative 1 minus a negative 8. Because I'm technically subtracting all of this down here. Okay, so the way I write my answer is 2x plus 8 plus 7 over 4x minus 1. Okay, we're going to do several examples because I know it's confusing and this is the first time you've ever seen this. What? It shouldn't have been. It should have been plus. Yes. What do you mean? Because that's what I'm dividing 7 by. Because that was the remainder. Okay, so this was 36, so then this should have been a 9. This also should have been a 9, making this an 8. Okay. Yeah, that's why the signs can get, so I really should write this in parentheses so I don't, because signs are what will end up throwing you off, like clearly it did for me. Yes. Because that's what 8 is being divided by, because that's the remainder. Okay, let's do another one. Let's go back and do 4, which is what I intended on doing to start with. I just wrote the wrong problem down. 3x squared minus 11x minus 26 divided by x minus 5. Okay, so normally this is one we would do by synthetic, but again, just so we have another easy long division problem, we're going to do this. So I set this up, x minus 5 outside. And then in my box, 3x squared minus 11x minus 26. Yeah. Gives me a good excuse to get my coffee. It's really not as bad as you think. It just looks really confusing. Also, on average, you swallow 2 spiders per year while you're sleeping. Okay. Alright, so I need to get something that I can multiply x by to get 3x squared. So what do I need to multiply by? 3x, so it goes over top of the x term. So 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x. Yeah. Canceled out the 8. We're about to. And then 3x times x is 3x squared. And then, just so I don't lose my signs again, okay, yes, to get the negative 15x. Alright, so then 3x squared minus 3x squared, so the x squareds are going away. Now I have negative 11x minus a negative 15x, so that's going to be 4x. And then bringing down the negative 26. What do I need to multiply x minus 5 by to get 4? Okay, so 4. So on top now I have 3x plus 4, so I'm going to multiply this 4 times the negative 5, which is negative 20. 4 times x is 4x. And I'm subtracting everything. The 4x's are going away, and then negative 26 minus a negative 20 is negative 6. So then 4 times negative 5. Okay, so then my answer is written 3x plus 4 minus, because this is negative, 6 over x minus 5. Okay, if you were to write 3x plus 4 plus negative 6 over x minus 5, these are the same thing. Either answer is acceptable. Okay. Does that one make a little more sense? Okay. I hope so, because they're getting ready to get more complicated. I hope not. Does anybody still need this page? Because I'm going to flip to the next page if not. These are the hardest problems in this section, in my opinion. My opinion. So we are going to get easier, because then we're going to do synthetic. Which is... I said this stuff is the hardest, so I mean, if you cry on this stuff, you shouldn't cry on the rest of it. And if you don't cry on this, you definitely shouldn't cry on the rest of it.
Yeah. What about the last stuff? Was that stuff hard?
The last stuff? On the quiz? No, it was really easy. In my opinion. I'm still contemplating what I'm doing with those quizzes. That's why I didn't give them back to you yet. Alright, 7x cubed plus 11x squared plus 7x plus 5 divided by x squared plus 1. Okay. So x squared plus 1 outside. 7x cubed plus 11x squared plus 7x plus 5 inside. Yes, I will. Okay. Does everybody have it written down so we can talk through this one? I don't want to get going and somebody be like behind, so. Okay. Huh? Yeah, you'll see it again in pre-cal. Well, okay. I say that you'll see it again. You see it for like 1 or 2 problems. Like you're gonna mainly like synthetic division. You'll use all the time. Like synthetic division, you'll use for the rest of your math career, but it's super easy. Long division, like you learn it in Algebra 2, you use it a little bit, you do it like as a couple, they're like review problems in pre-cal, honestly, is when you use it. And then you move on. But typically, by the time you get there, I give you like 1 or 2 problems and I say, okay, we're done with long division, now we're just doing synthetic, because synthetic's more useful. So. Yes, so because this is squared, we can't do this by synthetic. Or like on problem 6, there was a number in front, so you can't do it. So it would have to be x plus a number or x minus a number to do it. So like 4 could have been done by synthetic. Yeah, the next one we're going to do has 3. And it's missing terms, so. Okay, so, looking at this, okay, this looks like it's going to be super mean and complicated, right? Okay, but what do I need to multiply this by to get 7x cubed? 7x, so I'm all the way over here. Okay, so 7x, okay, so 7x is above this other 7x that's there. Okay, so 7x times 1. 7x. Okay. Then 7x times x squared. 7x cubed. I promise it's going to be really easy. It looks scary. It's not. Okay. So now I'm subtracting all this stuff off the bottom. Okay. 7x cubed, gone. 11x squared, I'm bringing it down. Okay, and it's not negative because there's nothing here that I'm subtracting it by. 7x minus 7x, gone. Bring down the plus 5. Now, okay, what do I need to multiply x squared by to get 11x squared? Just 11. So plus 11, 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times x squared is 11x squared. I'm subtracting that stuff. 5 minus 11 is negative 6. So my answer is 7x plus 11 minus 6 over x squared plus 1. Like summarize the whole thing or just the last step? The whole thing? Yeah. Okay. So I started out obviously with the problem. Okay. I look at the biggest x term that's out here and I figure out what do I need to do to get this gone. Because you have to, Yeah, so you always want to get rid of the biggest term that's inside. So each step as you go, you're getting rid of the biggest term. So I had to multiply in this case by 7x. So like I said, you don't have to write it over top, but it makes it because you can't do something twice. If you've done it twice, you've done something wrong. It's I'm not going to have 2 x terms in the top. So multiply by 7x. So 7x times 1 is 7x. So I write it again underneath so I have my like terms together. I don't have an x squared term because there's nothing over here. If this had 3 terms, then I would, but it only has 2. 7x times x squared is the 7x cubed. Then, just like regular long division, I'm subtracting all this stuff. So I think just the parentheses help to, not lose signs and stuff, because obviously I lost signs in the first one, and then we had to, go back and do the whole thing over. So 7x minus 7x is 0, so I don't have any x terms here. 11x squared didn't have anything that was being subtracted, so I just write it down. And then 7x cubed goes away with the 7x cubed that I multiplied by. Okay? So out of all that, I was just left with 11x squared. So then I bring down the 5 like you would in regular long division. Okay, you just bring down whatever the next thing is. Okay, so we had used all the way out to the x term. If we hadn't, we would have brought down that and then kept going. So then I need to figure out, I need to get rid of this biggest term. So what do I need to multiply this by to get rid of this? Which is 11. So then 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times x squared is 11x squared. Subtracting the 11x squared goes away, and 5 minus 11 is negative 6. And then this is the remainder, so I write it as negative 6 over this, or minus 6 over x squared plus 1. Yeah, and it's hard because there's not really a good way to explain it without just doing a ton of examples. Because I remember when long division was taught to me, it took me over a week to understand it because it just wasn't explained very well. So I've tried to figure out okay, just doing examples and trying to re-talk through them and stuff. So if we need to do even more than what is here, we can do that too. We're going to do one more that's a little harder. Okay. I think we should do this one, and then I'll put one up then after that you guys can try. Alright, number 10. 4x to the 4th plus 5x minus 4 divided by x squared minus 3x minus 2. Okay, what do you notice about this over here? Okay, I'm missing terms, so I'm going to write them in as zeros. It can have them, and it could have more terms than that. So x squared minus 3x minus 2 goes outside. Then inside, I'm going to have 4x to the 4th plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 5x minus 4. Okay, so once we have that written down, then we'll talk through it. Huh? It's the same thing as... Alright, does everybody have the problem written down? Okay, so I'm looking at this. I'm going to switch colors because I wrote the problem in the wrong color. Okay. So my biggest term here is 4x to the 4th. So I need to figure out what am I multiplying out here by, okay, this x squared by to get 4x to the 4th. 4x squared, okay, so that's going all the way over here. So 4x squared. Now I'm multiplying all this stuff over here, so I'm just going to work my way across. So 4x squared times negative 2, negative 8x squared. 4x squared times negative 3x, negative 12x cubed. 4x squared times x squared, 4x to the 4th. And then I am subtracting. Okay, now a common mistake, and I saw this happen on the quiz, on the adding subtracting problem that was on there, which I think it was a subtracting problem. There wasn't a term in the first one, because technically there's no term here, because it's 0. Okay? You're still subtracting this, so this is minus negative 8x squared, which means it's what? Positive. So it's 8x squared. Okay, then this one, minus a negative 12x cubed. So it's 12x cubed, and then 4x to the 4th minus 4x to the 4th, that's just going away. Okay, so I'm bringing down the next term, so plus 5x. So now, what do I need to multiply this by to get this? Okay, it's going to be 12x. So I write that up above the 5x. So I need to figure out what I'm multiplying x squared by to get 12x cubed. So it's going to be 12x. Okay, so 12x times negative 2. Negative 24x. 12x times negative 3x. Negative 36x squared. And 12x times x squared. 12x cubed. And then I am subtracting all of that. We will. This one's going to be a 3-step problem. Alright, so 5x minus negative 24x. Okay, 5x minus a negative means plus, so 5x plus 24x is 29x. Nope, you're good. That's why we're doing a lot of these, so you can make sure. Obviously, I mean, you guys saw me straight up do all the signs wrong in the first one, so I make mistakes too. I made a lot of mistakes on the quiz, and I had to go back. I was like, everybody got this problem wrong. I had to go back and fix it. I was wrong. I multiplied, like, whatever, 8 times 4 or something, and put that it was, like, 21. I don't know. I was like, okay, that's good. 8x squared minus negative 36x squared is what? Okay, 44x squared. And then the 12x cubed minus 12x cubed goes away. Now I'm bringing down the negative 4. Okay, sometimes just because there's so much going on, it's good to like draw your arrows so you know like where you brought stuff down at, so you make sure you've taken care of everything. That's up to you if you want to do that. I know that's how they like teach you in 3rd grade. They're like, oh, like line everything up nice and neat and bring down the little arrows. Okay, if you want to do that, cool. If not, like you don't have to. Okay, so now I need to figure out what am I multiplying x squared by to get 44x squared. Okay, I'm going to multiply by 44. So that's going over the top of the negative 4. So 44 times negative 2, negative 88. 44 times negative 3x. Okay, negative 132x. No, 44 times negative 3x. These two things. Got it? Okay. Okay. And then 44 times x squared. 44x squared. I'm subtracting everything. So negative 4 minus negative 88. 84. Yep. Because it's negative plus a really big positive. Okay. 29 minus negative 132. And both those are x. Huh? Yeah. 161x. And it's positive. And then 44x squared minus 44x squared, that's just 0. Okay, there's nothing I can multiply by to get rid of this. Okay, so my answer then is 4x squared plus 12x plus 44 plus 161x plus 84 divided by x squared minus 3x minus 2. Okay, but this is as hard as the problems that we have are going to get. Okay, do you guys want to try one? I mean, I can just give you the homework problems that go with this, or you can try one and then we can go over it as a class. Okay. Does everybody have this one? Do I need to leave it up? Okay. We're going to do one of the odd ones, and then you'll have the other odd ones to do. And you don't have to do them tonight or anything. Like, you'll have time tomorrow. Because tomorrow we just have to do synthetic, and then, well, I don't know. We might end up spending. Synthetic probably will be pretty fast. So we might finish tomorrow. But whenever we're done with the section, all the homework will be due. So, are we good with this? And move to the next page. But I mean, I was nice and just let people resubmit it because I was like, okay, I know these people didn't just do the second half of the homework and not the first half. Alright. Do y'all want to do a hard one that we go over as a class, or do you want to save the hard one for you to do on your own in the homework? Hard one? Okay. So we'll do number 9. 5x to the 4th minus 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 39 divided by x squared plus 2x minus 4. Okay, so work on this one on your own paper. Okay, and just so nobody starts off wrong, what do you notice about that left set of terms? Okay, it's missing an x term, so make sure you put that in. Yep. Okay, so just to make sure everybody starts off right, I don't want that to throw somebody off. That's how it should look for you to start. Okay, and then now you can go through and divide. I just did. Okay, I'm going to give like another minute or two and then we're going to go over it because I don't want people doing it like completely wrong. I'm going to come walk around and just look. Yeah, that's right, but that's wrong. So check your signs. Yeah, this one's wrong, so that's probably why that one's wrong.
Oh, no.
So then multiply this times this, and this times that, or this times this times this, and then start subtracting stuff. Yeah, and then bring down the 0x for the next one, and so on and so forth. This sign is wrong, but the number's right, so yeah. The number's right, your sign's just wrong. So your remainder is a little bit off, but it's close. That's 122, but other than that, and this, because this number is negative, but this one's positive, you have to write a plus and then just write the negative there, because it has two numbers on top. We haven't had one that really has had that, but other than that, you're right. Okay, we'll go over in a minute. Well, then what are you multiplying this by to get 12x cubed?
That's what I have to figure out. What I multiply.
Yeah.
That's what I have to, okay, so.
So what are you multiplying the x squared term by to get negative 12x cubed?
And that's what I put here.
Yeah. And then multiply again from the numbers that you subtracted. I don't know about your remainder, but so far you're right. So far you're right. Your remainder is a little bit off because I think this was 48, not 4. But other than that, you're right. So far you're right. I don't know about your remainder. Your remainder, yeah. Yeah, but other than that, you're right.
Oh my God.
Well, the good news is everybody got the first number right. Okay, let's go over it so that we don't have any issues, and that way you have time to write it down if you didn't get it. Okay. 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 Guys, listen so I can explain this because we don't have a ton of time left. Okay? So, we had, what did I need to multiply x squared by to get 5x to the 4th? Okay? Okay, I had to multiply by 5x squared. So, I multiplied that times negative 4 to get negative 20x. This times 2x to get 10x cubed. This times this to get 5x to the 4th. Subtracting everything, you get 7x squared minus a negative 20x. Okay, so that's really plus, so that's 13x squared. You have negative 2x cubed minus 10x cubed, so that's negative 12x cubed. 5x to the 4th goes away. So you bring down the 0x. Okay, now what do I need to multiply? Negative 12x cubed, or sorry, what do I need to multiply x squared to get negative 12x cubed? Negative 12x. So negative 12x goes up here, and then I multiply it by each of these things. Okay, so that gave me the 48x, negative 24x squared, and negative x cubed. Subtracting all this. Okay, so when you subtract, you should get 37x squared minus 48. Okay, then bring down the negative 39. So what do I need to multiply x squared by to get 37x squared? Okay, needed to just multiply it by 37. So then multiplying by 37, you get 37x squared, 74x, and negative 148. Okay, and then just subtracting these bottom numbers leaves you with negative 122x plus 109. Okay, the only thing about this one, we really haven't had one that had two things on the top that the signs were different. So in this case, we need to do plus and then write the negative 122x, because if I write a negative out here, that implies that the 109 is also negative, which it's not. Okay? Yeah, so that's why I say probably the smartest option is to write plus and then within it write the negative. If you guys want the two problems in case you want to work on it, I'm going to give you 3 and 7. Okay. Okay, tomorrow hopefully we'll finish the section, but we'll see. I might give more time on Wednesday just because it's a long section with a lot of material in it.